with them. Welcome to game number 1 in the best of 5. You know what? I'm getting a good feeling about this, Lafel. I think we're in here for the long haul.
Well, I'm hoping for it because right now Team Indonesia, they basically got what they really wanted, because rarely do we see Angela. It really is just Indonesia special. Speaking of Fabiko doing quite a good job controlling Ezekiel as well as Witty, but De La Cruz was not able to get a lot from Sin. But it's still quite a bit of information, understanding that this Joy is starting on the purple buff. Looks like Team Indonesia, they will try to contest for the Lito. And they were able to secure.
Yep, Sin got it. Perfect retribution. Nepomuceno hesitated, and I think it's fine. He will eventually use it elsewhere by helping secure that little crab. Next lane matchup, it's the Arlet versus the Phoveus. Look at how Aranda is bullying Vinuya. That is just the nature of that matchup. The Phoveus will almost always, throughout the early to mid, as long as they're in the lane, win against the Arlet.
Yep. Right now for Team Indonesia, they're playing the lanes quite well. They're protecting the Joy. Understanding that De La Cruz here will do quite a bit trying to slow this Joy down. But Team Indonesia, they should be able to, I would say, equalize in case there are any aggressions, as long as that Angela gets level 4, which looks like will be slightly delayed. Maybe they'll go to the EXP lane and share it with Aranda.
It looks like the play is stay in mid. We'll leave you to it. That's where we'll want you to grab it from. Vinuya very low. Almost get taken down by Sin. Sin already used up the electrifying beats. Barely survives one last dash. Does not get hit by the blade of Nepomuceno.
And I feel like they were timing it so that Ezekiel actually hits level 4 and that they can actually use the hard guard to help him out, because he could have gotten the kill just with a little bit of shield and some heal and some movement speed.
And they also forced out the retribution out of Nepomuceno. Quick choke here by Fabiko. Putting Witty up into the skies. Sin is back. Aranda covering the back line. Revitalize coming in from Witty. Sin secures. Look at all the damage being rained down onto De La Cruz. Didn't even get to use the flicker. That's a win for Team Indonesia.
Yep, Team able to get that one kill up in terms of the gold. They are up by about like what, a few hundred?
Almost 1,000.
Almost 1,000. Aranda now with the hard guard. Looks like Fabiko. Make sure that Vinuya doesn't get hit. But looks like they're forcing it. They want to get Vinuya. And now even a final slash. Ezekiel gets the kill.
It went from bad to worst. Already, the Arlet is losing that matchup. Make it a 2v1, why don't ya? Yehezkiel scoring 1, and Team Indonesia is about to pick up the pace. For sure now, they're up by 1,000. Soriano versus Leonardo. Dropping that Zaman Force, pushing back the Harith. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Philippines have to figure out a way to equalize this utility that the Angela is bringing, because De La Cruz, I don't think he's as aggressive as he wants to be.
Here's the thing, hold on, Witty jumping forward. Sin tries to find an angle, could not get onto anyone, including De La Cruz. The Angela has a very clear timing. After 10, she's done. She clocks out. There's nothing else this Angela is going to do. Because that shield that she gives, a Grok basic attack can just wipe it out.
Are you talking level 10 or 10 minutes?
10 minutes. After 10 minutes, any semblance of level 12 from anyone, and they're able to crack the shield. At that point, it's just mostly about the healing as well as the movement speed. So Team Indonesia, they are on a timer where for 6 minutes, they're going to feel very strong. After that, now it feels like a 5v4. The Angela won't be able to do much.
So currently, we're halfway through Team Philippines' weakest points. This is where Team Philippines have to figure something out. Yezkiel picking up that Flask of the Oasis, so bigger shields while they're very strong. They try to dogpile onto De La Cruz. De La Cruz dashing on out, even with the shields. De La Cruz is very soft. In comes the Crimson Beacon. Shin able to dash through. Vinuya catches him with a final slash. Vinuya with the takedown. And that's already a man taken away from Indonesia. 4v5. Nepomuceno is going to dash on through. Nepomuceno gets caught by Witty. Colonel also goes to Team Indonesia.
I don't know if that was intended, because the hard guard actually went inside Aranda instead of Sin. Again, don't know whether it was intentional or not, but they were able to get Nepomuceno, and all the while, Witty, I'm guessing it's
the Unbreakable?
Either the Unbreakable or his emblem able to get that turtle away. But either way, Indonesia's not complaining.
Pabico looking to punish Weedy for that point-blank AOG. In comes the Salmon Force. De La Cruz wailing away. Does not have enough damage via the power of wildness. Down goes Soriano. Spent too much time underneath Leonardo's twin blades. Indonesia calling the shots, bullying Team Philippines from lane to lane.
Yeah, so it's kind of like them saying that 1v1 against Vinuña. Vinuña always wins. They're like, okay, what about we make it a 1v2? That will make it fair. All the while, Sin is getting this top turret. Team Indonesia having an amazing start here, but again, the first 10 minutes is their time. This is where they're the strongest. What I would say is scaling up, maybe they'll be okay as long as Sin is able to get Soriano. That's going to be the biggest threat later on to the game. Other than that, Indonesia is all tankiness.
Fortunately, Soriano has already fallen once, and they've already shrunk his real estate. Top lane tier 1 has fallen. Team Indonesia are making the most of this window, this early advantage that they have. Lafel, you put it at about 10 minutes. I'm thinking more like 11. Because of how huge this gap is right now. Rarely do you see Team Philippines struggle this much. And with a signature pick, the Lancelot, Nepomuceno can't even dash to target a target. The more he does that, the more he triggers Aranda's Infernal Pursuit. And Aranda, look, he's willing to go in. Gets the hard guard, gets choked out. Random execution by Nepomuceno. Do they know that Weedy's here? Weedy gets spotted out. Weedy charging up the Unbreakable. Leonardo, in this rush, gets flushed out by Vinuña.
The crazy thing is Team Philippines, they're trying to force out the hard guard. But a few more seconds, the hard guard is back.
And now Yehezkiel does not have it just yet. Down goes Nepomuceno. Now it's on! Defensive Crimson Beacon by Pabico. And Sin secures the final turtle. AOG, no one home, but Pabico is way far beyond his own turret. Able to flicker through. He survives. Team Indonesia cordons off the exit. Team Philippines trapped.
And this is why the Angela is so strong in the first 10 minutes, because it's a good idea to force out the hard guard, but the thing is the hard guard is less than 20 seconds now. So it's very, very easy for you to wait it out and force a fight, because the Angela is in your team. He can tell us like, it's coming out in 5, he can go in now.
As long as you stay alive,
yeah,
we'll keep going. And that's why that green dot on Yehezkiel expected to always be off, not because it's on cooldown, but because he's willing to keep using it. Now look at this. Sin gets taken down. Leonardo, he thought it was enough between the both of them. Now Vinuña jumping on through. Nice Crimson Beacon coming in from Pabico. Yehezkiel and Weedy waiting in the wings. Leonardo still alive, but not for long as Vinuña takes him down. 2 for free for Team Philippines.
When I said 10 minutes, now it's 8, and you start to see. You don't see the shield anymore. The scaling, even if you're a mid laner, the items that you choose as an Angela does not give you much shields.
AOG by Weedy, plus the final slash to respond. Soriano very low, Salmon Force used defensively. Team Philippines, Delta split.
And this is good for Team Philippines. They just got to delay, because eventually they will scale up and they will be able to handle Team Indonesia. I would say at this point, the win condition is really Aranda. If Aranda is able to get all the way in between 5 members of Team Philippines and causing so much havoc, Stin will eventually find an opportunity, either take down Soriano or Nepomuceno. Honestly, at this point, if you take down Pabico, might even be the best, just so that no one is really controlled all that much.
It's a miracle that Pabico hasn't died. Several times underneath his tier 1, and mid, underneath tier 2 down bot, he almost fell. So that is a very smart use of his Crimson Beacon, very good use of his Flicker. I wonder how he'll use those tools to try and contest for the Lord. 2,000 gold for Team Indonesia and Team Philippines. Aranda pushing De La Cruz out. 2 entry points for this Lord Dance.
Oh, and all the while, Sin gets a few crucial odds of Salmon Force as well as the Crimson Beacon. The Lord has been started up a Team Indonesia, and Sin is here now. In this first dance, I feel like Indonesia is still pretty strong, but they do got to be careful of that final slash. That could be the game changer.
You see Vinuña keeping himself in vision, but he has his Flicker off cooldown. Final slash to come out at any moment. Aranda keeping them back. It's just Leonardo holding the Lord down for the Dons. Aranda with that Infernal Pursuit. Nepomuceno from the bottom lane here gets that passive push. Down goes that tier 1.
Yeah, and now even using the hard guard as a zoning tool just to make sure no one really moves forward. The Lord is getting dangerously low. Witty is there, jumps in. AOG hits no one. And De La Cruz is in between all of them. Pabico trying to get as much control as they can. Indonesia, they're forcing things out, but is this really a good idea? Vanilla goes in. Killing spree for Witty, looking good for Indonesia. And now, even the Lancelot has to get away from Aranda. Flickers forward, did not hit the Dark Wave.
Too much damage on one, and Vinuya's flicker was expended. I don't think he hit the targets he wanted with the final slash, and it looks like they'll have to reset. The dance is a little too much to handle this early on, 10 minutes in. Cross map. It's a shame that Team Philippines hasn't taken down that tier 1 because it'll always be favored for Team Indonesia. There is a major structure there, naturally taking care of the turret. Team Philippines had to take care of that. They can't dance reliably with the long lane left.
And all the while, Ezekiel was the one managing the wave, considering that he can jump into the fray quite early.
It's free.
And now Witty, taking a bit of damage, should be able to heal up with a good basic attack here. De La Cruz just providing vision. All the while, Aranda is between all members of Team Philippines. Lapu-Lapu jumps in. The Lord, Team Indonesia, they're thinking about it, they're forcing the Lance to go in. Final slash, Sin gets the Lord, moves forward, tries to go for the Lancelot, dashes away. Vanua is all alone, gets hit by Sin. And in the front, even with the Zaman Force, the damage is not enough for Team Philippines. Aranda jumps in, gets pulled back. The Lapu jumps forward, looking for more. Leonardo gets a kill. Sin gets a double. 2 members from Philippines still alive. Nepomuceno getting the purple and getting away.
Is the only thing Team Philippines can do. Team Indonesia are bullying them across the board. Yes, we've gone past the point wherein the Angela isn't that force of nature that you just can't deal with, but they've already created such a huge gap. 4,000 gold, and the utility of having a hero that just provides shields and over again picking fights. Lord crashing in the mid. In comes Sin, forcing the Zaman Force out of Soriano, and now Aranda underneath the turret taking too many hits. The Lord about to get taken down here. Witty, defensive AOG. Team Indonesia gets punished.
They lost one, but they're okay with that one, considering Aranda does not have any kills. So not going to transfer too much gold over to Team Philippines. But despite the advantage that Team Indonesia have, the goal lead is only about 3,000. So it's still very much manageable, especially here at the 12-minute mark. Nepomuceno, all the while, even though the KDA is 1-2-0, farming up quite well, making sure that the goal lead is not that different.
Close here. The dance in mid, the tango between these two teams. Seeing who will engage and who will wait out this Lord coming up in about 80 seconds. Lafelder keeping this lead tight, despite the map looking as bad as it does for Team Philippines. Just about 2,000 gold between them.
Yeah. They did make sure that despite all these objectives, that's all the gold is coming from the objectives. Not really too much from the from denying any gold for Team Philippines.
Uh-oh. They might have caught De La Cruz here. The flicker. Nepomuceno falls as well. The AOGA blocking the exit. De La Cruz still alive. Aranda still up. The Zaman Force underneath tier 3. Not providing enough fire support. Indonesia get away with it.
Pavico has amazing control against Team Indonesia, but the damage is not there just yet. Team Philippines, again, they have a lot in terms of making sure they move around the pieces of Team Indonesia. But the thing is, they can take a few punishments here, considering it's a very heavy tank fighter lineup Indonesia have. Plus, with that Angela, speaking of, building the lightning instead of going for something like a Holy Crystal, just to make sure that the shield is that much thicker. Looks like trying to get just a cheeky bit of damage with the Love Wave.
It's very good. It's the kind of damage that just sticks and pricks all around. Heroes like the Hilda in De La Cruz don't like that. They don't enjoy the fact that I'm trying to heal here, but you get stacks of the glowing wand on you. Team Indonesia have this figured out. The strength that Team Philippines have, being able to dive hard, is neutralized. This angle by Witty, this is something he's been planning.
Yeah, this is a flank. I think the target is going to be Nepomuceno trying to get an unbreakable, not really going for an AOG. In fact, now going to see Soriano. Soriano probably knows he's there. And looks like not really moving there. They're just showing each other.
Yep. Bit of damage Soriano is putting on Weedy. And Weedy already backing off. Weedy does not use the AOG. We can watch two different front lines via the minimap, that one-on-one. And now the real take up on the Turtle, rather the Lord. Sin gets the hard guard, AOG, compromising the positioning of Fabico. Tries to flicker away, doesn't happen. The 50% falls, Binuya and De La Cruz as well. Soriano trying to Zaman Force dance through these 5, but it's not gonna happen. He will be the one to fall. That's a wipeout.
Team Indonesia, they got to be careful. They want to try to force this out. They are trading HPs here between Ezekiel as well as Oranda. But looks like with the minions, they should be able to do this.